What's going on, guys? It's Groove, back with another book review, and today we have You Owe You by Eric Thomas. Now this book here, it's about discovering your purpose and what you're meant to do in life and how to do that. So many people are sleepwalking through life. They just get up, they go to their job, they do what they need to do, they come home, they watch TV, and then they go back to sleep again. But nobody really sits with themselves and asks themselves, like, hey, what am I doing here? Like, what am I supposed to do? What's my purpose? Where do I find my happiness in life? Like, what is my goal in life? Like, what do I want to do? And he just goes through and he tells you, like, hey, like, you need to wake up. And so you can live at your full potential. And he goes through on how to do that. You owe it to yourself to be authentically you. Not what your teachers say you need to be, not what your parents want you to be. You need to be who you want to be. You can only do that when you take control of your life. One big thing he says is it's not about money or fame. It's about waking up and walking in your purpose every day, like doing what you love to do. And it's funny when he mentioned that, I think about at my own job, so many people, I've seen so many people get raises or they'll get a new position and they will be, wanting this position so bad. And then they get the position and then like 6 months later, they'll be complaining again. Like, oh, I have all of this work on my plate. I have all of this extra responsibilities. I'm in charge of this now. And it's just like, wait a minute, like you wanted this so bad and you finally got it and you're unhappy. You start to realize that, success, like you can't base it off what somebody else told you is success. Like you have to walk in your purpose with your life. You can't just, if somebody else tells you this is the measurement of success, and so you start chasing that and then you get it and then you're like, you're unhappy again. That's because you don't know what you want in your life. You need to walk in your own purpose. You don't understand what success is to you, not to somebody else. That always made me feel like I'm like, you literally wanted this raise. You wanted this new position. You wanted this, what came with that extra money, with what came with that extra, that power, that responsibility. And then you start complaining about it when you get it. And that's because they're not walking in their purpose. They're not doing what they're supposed to do, what makes them authentic as a person. They're just doing what somebody else told them to do. And so he says that you need to wake up and figure out who you are and, walk in your purpose, not do what somebody else wants you to do. If you want to be successful, it has to be a need. You got to want it bad. You need to want it as much as you want to breathe. It's got to be a necessity. It can't be something that you would just like to have. If you want to be successful in your life, you need to want it like with everything, with every bone and fiber in your body, you need to want it bad. In order to start walking in your purpose, you need to take control of your own life. You are the CEO of your own life. He says, don't be a victim. You cannot, blame the outside world for where you are in life. You have to take responsibility. And there's power in that too. Realizing that, once I have the power to take control of my own life, once I take responsibility, I can direct my life wherever I want it to go. I don't have to wait for somebody else to come in and save me. I don't have to, wait for, life to happen to me or a certain politician to come in to play. Like I can just take my own life into my own hands, and whatever I want to go do, I can go do it and I can go get after it because I'm the only one that's going to make that happen. With that, he says that, it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to, be angry, or, if a situation that happens to you, puts you in a bad place. Again, he says it's okay to have feelings, but just don't be a victim. If you find yourself in a bad spot or a bad position, again, take control of your life and be like, okay, I'm here now, but this is what I'm going to do to change it. This is what I'm going to do to get out of this situation. So when it comes to your purpose, you need to set standards for yourself. If you're trying to lose weight, like, okay, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat right. Whether it be getting that degree, I'm going to get up an hour early. I'm going to study extra for that test. He says you need standards, and your standards are the road to your purpose. This is what, you may have a goal or a purpose, and your standards are the road that you walk down to get to that purpose. So next, he really dives deep into like discovering your superpower. Every one of us, we have something that we're good at or that we're better than other people at. And it doesn't have to be something that's specifically unique to just you. Maybe you draw better than others. Maybe you write better than others. Maybe you play basketball better than others. And he goes down a list of things you can do to discover your superpower and how to bring that out. And some things he goes over on how to do that are, you need to tune out the world. So many people today, they're constantly distracted. They wake up, they go to work, they're listening to their boss, they're listening to music, they're scrolling on social media, they're listening to drama, they come home, they're watching TV, and then they go to sleep. But they never get in tune with themselves. Like he says you have to tune out the world, and you have to, get quiet and listen to yourself. You need to be an active listener to your own thoughts and how to, again, discover who you are. Like that is how you're going to discover your superpower, is getting in tune with yourself and talking to yourself. And you can only do this when you tune out the world. And again, he wants to harp on that we all have something that we're good at. Whether, you may just have a job, and then everybody at your job, your bosses are all telling you what you need to do to get to that next level, or get that raise, or get that promotion. Your parents may tell you need to go to school to get that degree. And he says that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But, make sure you're tuning into yourself to figure out what you're naturally good at in life. And don't just, follow everybody else and what they say success looks like. So some people may be like, okay, well, what is my superpower? Where do I find that? Like, how do I discover that? I don't even know what to look for. And he says the easiest way to discover your superpower, again, besides the act of listening to your inner thoughts, your superpower is, whatever energizes you, whatever you can do for hours, something that you get lost in and you look up and you're like, man, where did the time go? Like something that's easy for you, something that you enjoy. That is your superpower. That's what you're drawn to. Maybe it's drawing, maybe it's writing, maybe it's reading. I love reading. This is why I'm doing this channel. I can sit down and read a book for hours and get lost in it, while other people, I've talked to them and they're like, I get to the bottom of the first page and I don't even remember what I was reading. So I feel like this is my superpower. And again, he says it's something that you get lost in, something that you can do for hours and that's easy to you that maybe others may struggle with. And he says that is, your superpower. And that's the closest way to find that, is just something that comes easy to you, naturally, that you get lost in, that other people may struggle with. One major key to your superpower is just trying. Like, try harder, keep going with it. Again, if you like to play the guitar, you love to play the guitar, but you're not that good at it. He just says, keep going with it. Keep practicing every day. Put more hours in, put more time in. If you enjoy it, just keep trying and you will develop your superpower. You will get better at it. Your superpower has to be trained. You have to hone those skills. Again, if you're talented at playing basketball, you still have to get in that gym every day and get shots up. Even if you're better than somebody else, you have to hone it to become the best. And he says, when you truly become self-aware and you can tap into your superpower, he's like, that's when your life goes to that next level. That's when you discover, what your purpose is. And he says too many people today are just distracted with the world and they never realize what their superpower is. And he says, don't worry about the world. Don't worry about distractions of what's going on outside or what the world thinks is cool. When you tap into you, that's when you take your life to the next level. You don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing. Nobody is you. You are uniquely you. Nobody before you has ever been you. Nobody after you will ever be you. You are you. And that in itself is your superpower. So make sure you're tapping in with yourself. Have conversations with yourself. Understand who you are. Again, that will take your life to the next level. So the last part to discovering your superpower is, he says you need to become a master of your superpower. Now, again, he's really famous for giving speeches to sports teams and stuff like that. So a lot of his stories come from sports. And so he says, again, if you want to be the best at football, if you want to be the best at basketball, not only do you need to get in that gym every day, but you need to understand the playbooks, understand the routing, understand the rules of the game. You need to be a master of every angle of your craft in order to, get to that next level. So then after you've discovered your superpower and your purpose, he says, what keeps that fuel going is your why. Like, why am I doing this? Why do I want to be great? Why is it that I want to do what I'm doing or what I would like to do? He says that is the fuel to your purpose and how you can propel yourself to even, higher heights. You need to have a why. Maybe it's your family or your kids, or you just need a why. And he says the more stronger the why, the more, the better you're going to be in your purpose. And also your why will make the work even easier. He says if you're working at something and you want to be good at it, either way it's going to be a grind. But he says if you have a strong why, that grind will become a lot easier than if you were just like, oh, I'm just doing it because I want to raise at my job or I want to be successful. He says if you have a why behind it, you will get to even higher heights. You know, that'll be like race fuel to your car or to your rocket ship. So then after that, he just says, once you've discovered your superpower, you can start walking in your purpose. And when you start walking in your purpose, that's when you can live life to your fullest potential. And with that, once you've discovered your superpower and you're walking in your purpose and you're living your full potential, he gives a quote, and I have to read this because I don't want to mess it up. But he says, walking in your purpose is equally about building your gifts and giving them away to people. So again, once you discover your superpower and your purpose, they're usually gifts that you give away to the world. You know, and he says, so you're giving these gifts to people that need them. And when you give your gifts away to people that need them, that's when the world blesses you. So that's when you become super successful. And, you know, that's when the opportunities come. It's just when you're giving those gifts away, when you're walking in your purpose and you're fulfilling your potential and you're giving those gifts away to people, that is when all of the success comes in. That's when all of the rewards come in. When you're just giving your gifts and your purpose away to the world for somebody that needs them. And I just thought that was really great. Because with that, again, so many people want to be successful, they want to make a lot of money, and they're like, oh, what do I do to make a lot of money? That goes into, if you just focus on your purpose and your passion and what you're good at, and you just give those gifts away, that's when the success comes in. That's when the riches come in. That's when the money comes in. If you're just, you know, giving away what you're good at. If you like to play the guitar and it's just you playing the guitar all day, and then you get with some buddies and you guys are in the garage playing, and the next minute you're downtown at an open mic and your band is playing, and then the next minute somebody in the crowd was like, hey, come down to the office, and next minute you're signing a contract and you're about to do your first album, all because you loved doing something. You know, you were just operating in your purpose, giving your gifts away, giving your music away, and then that just takes you to the next level. So again, if you just operate within your purpose, giving your gifts away to people who need them, that is when the success comes in life. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.